Keeps giving. All right, so back to that winter storm that's expected to stretch thousands of miles across the U.S. Dangerous conditions are expected to impact half the country. Folks are taking precautions across the South in cities like here in New York and up north through New England. We are currently expecting to see well over a foot of snow in some spots. Perhaps even more concerning is the potential ice accumulation. The National Weather Service says it could be catastrophic and total several inches. We have a team of reporters covering this for us. We're going to start with CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca in Dallas as the Lone Star State prepares for a dose of winter. But actually, let's start with CBS News national weather correspondent Rob Marciano, who's in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, also known as Ski Town, USA. Rob, bring us up to speed on the latest.
Well, this thing's starting to get cranking now, and it all starts here with some upper-level energy that's coming through the southern Rockies and then getting into the plains, and we're starting to see the precip there. So over half the country is under winter alerts of some sort, and a lot of that is winter storm warnings, which are going to be expanded today. And there you see the purples. Those are ice storm warnings, and we haven't seen this sort of ice accumulation in many years, and it's going to be in some cases crippling, and we'll see some power outages. All right, let's go through the maps and I'll show you how things will time out. The radar will begin to fill in, and all the colors of the rainbow, unfortunately, are going to light up the radar screens, and that's not good. So there's ice across I-20 to I-40, north of I-40. It'll be more in the way of snow, significant snows, I might add, and this thing will begin moving across the country tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, and through Sunday it gets to the East Coast. We're hoping to speed this up. The faster it goes, the better, but it's, as you can see, it's a huge, huge precip field falling over top of air that's only getting colder and sinking farther into the south. So forecast totals for some of these models are pretty extraordinary, and that's the issue that we're gonna see with this. So a lot of snow is coming, and plowable for sure. They're gonna be very busy as far as the roadways, and obviously air travel to some of these hubs is gonna be awful here through the weekend. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Rob, thank you very much. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca, who's monitoring the situation from Dallas. Omar, what are you hearing from officials where you are this hour?
Well, right now, it's not quite the severe weather warning yet. It's still kind of the winter storm watch, and they're getting ready. We're here on the High 5 in Dallas, which is a major crossroads area for a couple of highways here. This is the type of area that the state is preparing. We're in the upper 40s right now, a little bit of mist, not freezing temperatures, but this is the time that they're prepping because the roads obviously are going to get much worse. We're expecting at least a quarter inch to as much of an inch of ice. That's terrible. Bought the trusty little temperature gauge here. Concrete is roughly like 43 degrees right now. Right now, as I mentioned, they're kind of pre-treating the roads. It's this brine. It's about 23% salt content, not a lot compared to what you guys have up there in the Northeast. And a lot of people, for their homes and sidewalks, this is not some sort of illicit drug, I promise. This is kind of a potassium chloride. This is the kind of stuff people are putting on sidewalks to get ready to kind of keep the ice from forming. This is the literal calm before the storm, and we've been through this before, but we still all have kind of PTSD from 2021 with Winter Storm Uri, so everybody's getting ready.
Whatever it is, I'll take a key. No, I'm only kidding, Omar. This is supposed to be ramping up a little later tonight. What are you hearing from folks?
And also note that Omar's in like a light jacket, which is like shocking.
I was going to say, like,
so
Omar,
was Nicole in Tennessee,
the magic of television. We can see you're like wearing a windbreaker.
But it's coming.
I'm not in Rob temperatures yet. Yeah, I'm not in Rob temperatures yet. That is going to be coming here. In fact, we're expecting single digits tomorrow. And while you guys may be used to that, we're all planning our last will and testament when we hear single digits, especially in North Texas. I've been to a couple grocery stores, and of course there is panic buying going on. I mean, the brands that people wouldn't usually buy, even those are gone. So this is only going to be here for a few days. They're expecting Monday and Tuesday. It's still going to be freezing, but good news is it's happening on a weekend. They're telling people to stay off the roads, and hopefully people will listen. If not, we'll be here, and this will be a mess if people do not pay attention and stay home.
Omar, is school closed for your kids?
Nope. They have school today because we're not supposed to get freezing temperatures until about 10, 11 o'clock at night. Like I said, it's about 50 degrees right now.
Yeah.
But school events, sporting events, all those are canceled. A lot of the school districts were taking the precaution. We're going to be keeping an eye on the airports as well.
Yeah.
Man, it's bad if my mom came home without Frito-Lay or Wise, and she gets some off-brand potato chip, I knew things were bad. I knew she was either unemployed or something was going on.
Yep.
Omar, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Did we just unlock a core memory?
Oh, yeah. I remember, we were poor growing up. And so, when, the famine times when things weren't good, my mom's buying, the generic brand. I don't even know if they still do that. It was, brand X in, the white, a can that was white with, black lettering. I was like, uh-oh. We're
No color ink.
Exactly.
All right, let's stay in the South and focus on Oklahoma. They are, of course, also preparing to get slammed by this storm. Let's bring in Oklahoma City Mayor David Holt. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're really busy right now. Talk to us about your major concerns with this storm in your city and how you're preparing.
Sure. Well, good morning, and thanks for having me. This is really presenting the possibility of three different weather events, winter weather events that we fear, right? Snow, which impacts our roads, bitterly cold temperatures, which not only impacts those who might be experiencing homelessness, but also can severely impact and has in the past impacted our water system, right? Both private homes and also our water mains across the city. And then also ice, which can severely impact our power grid, right? So we're bracing for all three. There is only so much we can do sometimes, but we can certainly warn people, especially getting ahead of the issue on the roads. You heard a little bit of that in your report from Texas about pre-treating the roads. We're certainly talking about and organizing, as we always do at times like this, to reach out to our unhoused community. We're warning our residents, to drip their water faucets and open their cabinet doors, that sort of thing. And of course, we're telling people, to just stay home if you can. And fortunately, to some degree, it's happening on a weekend, which I think gives us a little bit of buffer where people won't be too inconvenienced and maybe they'll enjoy a little bit of time home. But we're getting our trucks out there as best we can. We're a community much like Texas that doesn't have this event happen all the time. So we have 32 plow trucks. We have 9,000 lane miles, though, right? So, we could easily use 500 plow trucks, but that's not a great investment when this only happens every few years. So we're going to stay ahead of it as best we can. And we're going to focus on snow routes, and we're going to certainly talk to our residents about what those are.
And so then ultimately, the kind of precautions that you're asking people to take, again, I think it's always interesting, Mr. Mayor, because for communities that are not, in New York City, we're very used to this. This is sort of common for us. But in communities where this is not common, I think oftentimes people think, oh, it's not going to be that bad, and then they venture out without realizing what they're getting into.
I don't know. I guess you get a little bit of that. There's also the mentality that you were just hearing about from Texas, where people do sort of the polar opposite. They, no pun intended, they kind of go overboard and buy out the entire grocery store. So we've got a little bit of both going on right now, I suppose. I think there's no real harm in the people who over-prepare, so we're maybe more focused on the people who under-prepare. But yeah, you get both kinds.
Yeah. All right. Wishing you the best through this very difficult period. Mr. Mayor, we'll talk to you on the other side, hopefully. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Sounds good. Take care. Stay warm.
All right, speaking of another big city mayor, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is updating the public on his plans for the city during this storm. And of course, Adriana and I are very interested in what they are going to do with schools on Monday, because we're learning that there are no plans for a traditional snow day on Monday, kids. There's a finalized plan that's expected on Sunday. Obviously, it's going to be sort of play it by ear. But right now, I guess if you can go remote, you might be able to do that. But school's not closed.
School's not closed.
School's open
the headline.
on Monday. Takes me back.
They're going to tell us for sure on Sunday, because we really need to know.
So we'll be listening to Mayor Mamdani. And if there's anything noteworthy to bring to our viewers, we'll do that right here on CBS News 24/7.